So last time we got together, we were talking about how things were working out in your apartment and managing time and all that. And we mentioned how we wanted to talk about how things are going for you in grad school. So why don't we begin with that? Okay.
Yeah. So for my undergraduate, I went to Virginia Tech. I graduated in 3 years instead of 4. And then I jumped right into my graduate classes. I graduated in May, and then in June I started my graduate classes. So it was definitely not a long enough break, I would say. Not enough time for me to really rest before I got into those graduate classes. So, but I feel like with this second semester, I'm doing a lot better. The first semester for anything really, like undergraduate or graduate, I feel like is definitely an adjustment, as well as taking classes online. You kind of have to be more accountable for yourself because you don't go to a traditional on-campus with, face-to-face with professors and with classmates. So
That's amazing. So maybe you had like 3 weeks between undergrad and graduate work.
Yeah, that's correct.
It's amazing. That's a lot of work. That's exceptional, really. And then you went from being on campus to online. Mm-hmm. And did you get employment in between those times, or?
So I'm working as a behavioral specialist with my undergraduate degree. I'm working with children mostly, with Department of Social Services cases, different variety, like domestic violence cases, substance abuse cases. So I feel like that is also good experience for my master's in clinical mental health counseling. So, and for my future career goal as a therapist.
That's excellent. So with all of that, you had your undergrad, your master's degree coming up, and you've got all this work, and so you were saying that it sounded like it was a pretty full life, and maybe it was going to a little bit fast for you, but you're managing it.
Yeah, I definitely feel like that. A lot, listening and like looking at like discussion board posts. It does seem like more of the students are a little bit older, so it does bring like feelings that I'm jumping in too quick maybe, or that, I don't have enough life experience as some of these other students who, graduated in 4 years, which I definitely feel like I should have done looking back. Like I shouldn't have just graduated in 3 years. I actually applied to other graduate schools, but I feel like since my coursework wasn't as like extensive with an additional year, my GPA wasn't as high enough. I didn't show like enough experience to get into some of these different schools. Like even though I went to Virginia Tech for undergrad, I didn't necessarily get into Virginia Tech's graduate program. And I feel like an additional year would have helped me be able to get more volunteer experience or like internships and raise my GPA to be able to do that.
So sounds like you might feel a little bit of regret. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Or
yeah, I would say that's right.
So you accomplished all those things in a very short time, but you're wondering if maybe your one more year of growth, of development, would give you some of the things that maybe some of the other students had that are within your discussion board as you read the discussion board?
Yeah. So, and I also like feel that though that Liberty was a good blessing for me, that I was able to take the online classes and the online program, and it's still a good experience, and it's definitely like teaching me how to be able to, keep myself accountable rather than, seeing my professors every day. So, and yeah.
That's excellent. Well, you're putting together the experience through work. You're saying that is working out, your time management, you're on your own, you've got this whole development that's happening. So, am I right by saying that maybe the transition is more of a growth thing that you're doing step by step?
Yes, I would say that.
Okay. And that even though you didn't get, did you say you were trying to get into Virginia Tech, but then that didn't work out?
Yeah, I applied to 3 schools. I applied to Virginia Tech's program, Bradford's program, and Liberty's program. So, and I didn't get into Radford altogether, but for Virginia Tech, I did get through the interview portion,
Excellent.
and then after the interview portion, they were like, no, and so yeah. So that was kind of hard, especially since I went to Virginia Tech for
Yeah,
undergrad.
that's hard.
Yeah, and then most college students have 4 years of undergrad, and I felt like if I didn't go to Virginia Tech for graduate school, I wouldn't get like the full 4 years of college experience.
So those are feelings that you hadn't experienced before because you've always been someone who could pull it off, right? 3 years, you had all those credits, you could do it, and then it didn't happen with your very own alma mater.
Yeah. Yeah, that was difficult.
But you made it. So Virginia, Liberty University turned out to be exactly what you needed. Online fits better than maybe a residential college.
Yeah, I spoke with my best friend about it, and she said that online is really good for me right now because I wouldn't be able to have the flexibility to work at my job right now. In the summer, I was working pretty much like 9 to 5. I wouldn't have been able to do that if I was in residential classes because usually they're in the mornings. Especially the Virginia Tech program, it's from like 9 to 5, so I wouldn't have been able to get that same experience if I wasn't doing online classes. So.
Excellent. So it sounds like you've really made some really great choices and transitions, and you're managing. What do you think? Do you think you're managing pretty well?
Yeah, for the most part, I do have like stress about like what's coming in the future, and that maybe, with only 3 years of undergraduate experience, that maybe I wouldn't be able to handle the graduate work down the road as it gets harder. So
you're talking about stress a little bit. You've had all of this background, and you worked with stress before, so you have some goals set. Your time managed, and it sounds like you're thinking maybe I don't know what the future holds, but you do have all this background. Sounds like you feel pretty prepared, though. And that your support is still intact and that it's working out pretty well. Same support that you had before is there. And okay. So when it comes to pulling all these things together, the goals that we can reach together are further strategies, kind of a check-in time, see how you're doing with overall well-being, and anything else you'd like to put into that construct. Does that sound good to you?
That sounds good to me.
Okay, great. So we can get together and work that out in the way that you like to do that, what's going to work for you. And I appreciate you coming in. I so appreciate talking with you and working with you too.
Okay.